everybody. It's been a while since I blogged last. Just been kind of busy. Last blog I did was right before I went to Comic Con, which, of course, was just awesome. I could easily spend the next 10 to 20 minutes talking about all the awesome things I saw and did. But, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So, but it is kind of comic book related, so stick with me here. So, the other night, I was watching HBO, and there was a documentary on called Superheroes, and basically what it was is it follows, about 9 different people, different cities in different states, and these people actually dress up as superheroes, not comic book superheroes, but like their own superheroes that they thought of, and they actually go out and try to be superheroes. And it was a really interesting documentary. But I'm not going to focus on the people that I thought were really stupid, because there were people in this documentary who actually spent time training, fighting, sparring, all that jazz, thinking that they're gonna go out and patrol and stop crime and stuff, and that's just really stupid. That's just asking to get killed. But one half, about good, like the last third of the documentary, it kind of talked about these group of people who they dressed up as superheroes and they went out, around the town and whatnot. But what they did was they actually went around and, they just would talk to the homeless people, or they would, walk around and give water or food or, little bags of toiletries to the homeless people. And I thought that was actually pretty cool, and a great concept. Something that I feel like that should be expanded upon, really. But it just, made me really think about hard how superheroes are kind of an important factor in our lives. Yeah, it's kind of stupid to think superheroes aren't important to us. They're not even real. But really think about it. You read comics and you read about superheroes and the things they do and why they do them. And then to me, it's like I feel like we need to have superheroes as characters in our lives, because they kind of teach us these really great values of just going out there and helping people. I'm not saying you've got to go out there and prowl the streets at night and kick someone's ass, because that's just begging to get killed. But just the fact that someone is just willing to go out just like a superhero and just help some homeless people is really great, and it just kind of shows how all these superheroes, these comic book characters, have become such a huge influence in people's lives. Because especially, it just brings the point of apathy, how now we live in a world just full of apathy, and how no one wants to do a goddamn thing to help out. And I just thought it was really great that, these people are just, yeah, sure, we're dressing like superheroes, we look retarded, but we're going out and we're trying to help people that, people that are generally ignored every day. And it's weird, because I know when I was at Comic-Con this year, I actually walked around downtown a lot more than I did last year, and I saw, I saw that there was quite a lot of homeless people around that downtown area of San Diego. I would be walking to the convention center in the morning with my friend, and we would see homeless people just passed out, in front of buildings. And so it's just to me, it's great that to see that superheroes and comic book characters are kind of bringing this point home about apathy, and how we as people need to start, acting, and doing stuff to help make the world a better place. Not necessarily, again, going out and trying to kick some criminal's ass. But again, just the small things, can just make a difference. And I thought that was great. But there were those few stupid people who actually trained. I train in quotes, because they're not really trained. One guy who literally decided to live in his van, and whatever money he would save up would be towards buying gear and for training for his judo class or whatever the hell it was. But please, people, don't do that. Don't go out and get killed. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of bring that home, and I thought it was really interesting. It was cool. If you want to check it out, the documentary was called Superheroes. It's on HBO. It only started airing like recently, so it should be like on quite often because HBO tends to do that type of shit. But also to kind of, I just wanted to talk about some graphic novels that I got while I was at Comic-Con. So because recently while I was there, I bought some 2 graphic novels because they were $20 each. One was The Killing Joke, here, written by Alan Moore. For you comic book fans, geeks like me, Alan Moore is just an amazing writer. He did V for Vendetta, Watchmen, and so forth. And I've read that graphic novel before, like, many times a few years back. But I just finally decided I want to own it because it's such a great graphic novel. The writing is awesome, the artwork is great, and it's just great seeing the Joker's mindset, because in the comics in general you never really understand why the Joker does things, and here it kind of drives that point of here's why the Joker, possibly why the Joker is the way he is. But it's just great. And another one that I got, which is I love actually more than The Killing Joke, it's another graphic novel called Just Joker. And the whole story of that is basically Joker is released from Arkham Asylum because they think he's not crazy anymore, which he still is. And he basically goes around Gotham trying to reclaim all his property from, different villains and whatnot. And it's just really kind of a great, almost film noir type story. And while the writing is still better in The Killing Joke, I personally love the narrative in Joker a lot more than in The Killing Joke. So if you ever get a chance, if you just happen to be chilling in a bookstore, if there are any bookstores left open in your area, just say pick it up and read both of them because they're really, really great. And now they started getting me into collecting graphic novels, not really comics in general, but just graphic novels. So I've actually bought a few more. Probably gonna go and buy a few more tomorrow. So yeah, Comic-Con was awesome. I would love to sit here and ramble on and talk about how awesome it was, but that would take quite some time. But I will attach to my post some videos I did take. I got to see Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy for the Arkham City panel in the same room together, so that was like my huge geek out moment at Comic-Con, and then I sat through another video game panel, so I got to see some of the voice actors that I really like there. But yeah, it was great. So see you guys later. Bye.